Martin, you've had the busy schedule. How's everyone come through the other night?
Yeah, a couple of niggles. Kieran for a start, although the injury he had to his foot is actually clearing up, but he's just generally sore in every aspect. So we'll see how he is tomorrow. And but generally speaking, he's done fabulous for us. And now that he's getting back to almost like complete fitness, which is great. Thank you. That's good. And we'll see Casper trained today, first time. I trained first time since the injection, first time since he's better. So we'll see how he is tomorrow as well too. But young goalkeeper's done really fine for us as well too. So who else is there? Yeah, a couple of other bumps and bruises, but we're trying to get through it.
What's that like now, having potentially that decision to make, having Sinisalo having played so well, and if Casper is available?
We'll see. Yeah, that's the nature of the business. You know, you make some big decisions at times. We'll see how it is anyway. We'll see whether it is a decision to make by tomorrow.
Is that something you've had to speak to Casper about specifically yet, or how does that work from a management perspective?
Yeah, well, generally speaking, managers, they are in the habit of speaking to players at some stage or another either. No, we've just had a very, very brief chats, but it's nothing substantial at this moment, you know.
What are your thoughts then going back to Ibrox a week on from what was quite an end to the game for you last weekend?
Well, a different competition, but even so, the same sort of feelings about it. We've had the 3 games in 6 days, which has been a tall order for us all the way from home. Stuttgart, which was a great effort, second half at Rangers, and I think because of that, I think we were able to withstand the game at Pittodrie the other evening. So that was always going to be difficult. The most important thing was for us to win, to try and stay in the competition.
To what extent can you take positives from the second half at Ibrox and use this week?
Yeah, I think we should. I mean, it's not that long ago, obviously, so I think that would be important for us if we play like we did in the first half. We shouldn't turn up then. But the second half gave us great confidence, I think, and the ability to know that we can fight back. And I think it was testament to the players' character, I think, as much as anything else.
I know a lot of supporters have been waiting for this bigger away allocation to come back ground again. Mm-hmm. How much are you looking forward to having 7,500?
That would be nice, really, really nice. You know, I've been from a distance. Not that my voice is anything, but I've been advocating for it to happen for both clubs to open up again, because it is a fantastic fixture, and it's made even much better because of the full allocation. I know I don't want to go back into yesteryear, all that type of stuff, but those fixtures were really something special, and I still think they are. And if the clubs could agree and get back to full allocation for away fans, it would be terrific. So this will be a test anyway.
Was that something that you really enjoyed and you felt maybe helped the team as well, walking out at Ibrox and you had that sort of wall of colour and noise?
Of course, yeah, it was really terrific, yeah. I shouldn't be interfering in what police but I think our fans are supposed to, it's a 1 o'clock kick-off, isn't it? And they were asking them to be in for 10 o'clock. Will they get breakfast in there, do you think? No. It's pretty early, that, you know, even by normal standards.
Can I just pick up on Kieran Tierney there? Just how big has he been for you? And you know, I know obviously doubtful for the weekend, but it would be a huge miss for you. If
it would be, yeah. Honestly, I don't want to put too fine a point on it, but I think he's been colossal for us. Really has. You know, there was times when I came back in the first spell that I thought, I wonder, will he ever get to the level that he was before? And you often wondered whether it was just fitness alone. You know, the fact that he'd hadn't played for quite some considerable time. He'd been every single time he just seemed to be plagued with injuries at Arsenal and not getting his career going at all. But he's come roaring back here. Honestly, he's been fantastic for us. Really, really fantastic. And I'm pleased to see it. Obviously, selfishly, I'm delighted with it. But yeah, great to see him, because there were there were times I said in my first spell I was wondering whether that would ever happen, but he's come back very strongly.
Obviously, a cup game. Can this have any bearing on what happens next in the league if you do manage to get one over on Rangers?
Well, that would be naturally just taking the game on its own. That would be a big boost for us if we could win the game, get into the semi-final of the competition. That would be great. Will it eventually have a bearing? I think on the way the league is going to pan out. I'm really not so sure. There's tough matches ahead for us. There's tough matches ahead for the sides concerned. So I really don't know. I suppose it would be if you got beaten in the game, it's how quickly you can get over it.
Going back to having the whole complement of fans, Martin, do you remember back to Beach Ball Sunday, the time before Celtic went to Seville?
I do.
What's your memories of that?
Great, really, really great. Yeah, absolutely. It was terrific. It's a long time ago.
Obviously, it added to the occasion that day as well.
Yeah, it was great.
Do you think you might see something similar on Sunday?
I don't think I'll see any beach balls anyway, but boys dressed up in fishermen's outfits or something like that. I don't know, but it was a great spectacle then. I know. Time has moved on, honestly. And I've been accused by my family of dwelling in the past, and so I'm trying to get myself out of that and look to whatever future I have left.
Another feeling.
No, you don't, young man. I'm telling you, no. You don't see it from this side. I look down, I gaze here at some very, very young men in the front seat, and I think, I'd like to be that age again. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen.
Martin, we've seen over the course of the last 15 years that Celtic have been in a real habit
Actually,
of
I
winning.
wouldn't mind even looking like you boys. That's not going to happen either. Yeah.
That Celtic have been in a habit of winning multiple trophies in a season that we've seen that's almost become something that Celtic fans have expected. A lot of people focusing on the title race in the Premiership this season, but just how important is this competition as well to complement the title race to give Celtic the best chance of winning more than one trophy if possible?
Right, a good point. Well, we're miles away from winning anything, and that is very, very true. I think the overall picture is that I think that, it should be a wake-up call for the football club, really. That we should. You could say that in recent years that the fans have maybe been spoiled. No real challenges in many aspects. Being able to coast home in the last 6 or 7 games of a season, which is it's great because you've done that. But the challenge has not been strong. Here it is. Here Hearts have arrived on the spot, maybe a few years before they thought they would do. Rangers have come strongly and spent some money in getting good players in at the football club. So it is, it's important for us now. It's been a challenge all season. It's certainly been the challenge in my couple of spells in here, where you're winning some matches and you're still trying to peg teams back. But we're in with a chance anyway. That's the point. And regardless of Sunday's game, I don't think it would have a serious bearing. But in terms of confidence building, of course, those things always matter. But for the league, I'm not sure. It's down now to 9 games left.
The players in this team have obviously let one trophy slip away this season already. You ever think you can count in one hand how many times Celtic have went trophyless this season? Does that, or sort of this decade, has it had pressure that
No, I don't think so. Those things can happen. They can happen. The year that now I will go back to yesteryear. So in 2003, when we reached the UEFA Cup final, we didn't win anything. Rangers won all, and yet you've still got Celtic fans saying it was one of the best seasons ever. We chased them down until the last day of the season. We played about 15 more games than they did during the course of the season because we gone so deeply into European football, all of those things. But no, I think we can't look. We can only look forward now. We've got a chance in a cup competition, and we've got a chance in the league. But yeah, to me, it's just been, from my viewpoint here, it's just been really hard work.
Can I just ask finally as well, in terms of the start of the game, you're going to have that full allocation. How important is it that you start well and have the fans cheering from minute one that you're able to?
No, the fans will be cheering. Don't worry about that. They will be cheering. I thought that. Well, I've just done a previous interview here, and I just said that we would need to start. We'd need to start better than we did in the game. But you never know. We might be the team that starts really brightly, and we might be the team holding on at the end. So it's a different game. But we cannot afford to go as long a period and not doing so well, because you can actually not be in control of a whole match. That's the point. You wouldn't expect it to. You're away from home. And you can be out of a game for 10, 15, 20 minutes, as long as you hang in there during the course of that time. But in that 15 or 20 minutes you're out, the game could go beyond you. So I'm not a sus there. I don't know what's going to happen on Sunday. But getting back to your point, and I agree with, we'd need to start better.